Hi everyone, Mateusz here. Welcome, and today this video is very special for me, and the reason why is because I want to tell you about my story, my background. Why did I start with keto? How did I start with keto? And how was my pretty much journey until now? So let's start with the fact that when I was about 12 or 13, my dad came to me. I was living back then in Germany. He came to me and he said, Mateusz, you have zero muscle, you're weak, and you're, in addition to that, you're chubby. Okay, it's pretty hardcore, but nevertheless, it opened my eyes. I was like, you know, Dad, you're right. I should do something about it. So I said, all right, what can I do? I'm 12, I don't know what to do. I don't have any coaches, any trainers. So I know that I watched a lot of videos about Bruce Lee and all those Van Damme, all those martial fighters, mixed martial art fighters. And I was like, hey, let's do some push-ups. So I tried to do some push-ups. Problem was, I couldn't even hold the position of a push-up. So I started doing on my balcony push-up in a diagonal position, so it's easier for me. Probably like 5 push-ups a day. After 1 or 2 months, I end up doing 10 push-ups a day, like that. So finally I was able to hold the position of a push-up, and I was holding it for 10-20 seconds till I got to probably about 50 to 60 seconds, and I was able to perform one full push-up. That's how I started. The same with sit-ups. I was doing sit-up after sit-up after sit-up every day, 5 sit-ups. Another day 7-8 sit-ups. Maybe another day again 5-6 sit-ups. But I was consistent with it. I was constantly doing it because I had the dream in my head of that vision of my dream body, and I was seeing a lot of improvement every single day. That's how it is when you start. Then I got into mixed martial arts, Korean martial arts, Keto, with my best friend, and it was back in Frankfurt, and I started fighting a little bit, but I was super weak, so we still did workout at the gym a lot, and I was always dreaming about that flat stomach, or not flat, but muscle, abs muscle, exposed muscles, abdominal muscles. And I was like, I'm working out so hard every single day. We work out, we do cardio, we do high intensity interval training, we do boxing, we do Thai boxing. It's so intense, and I'm still a little bit chubby. I'm still having some fat around my waist. So then I was introduced to dieting. So you need to pay attention to what you eat. And I didn't know anything about it, zero. Like, I was eating whatever was on the plate, a regular Polish diet, so a lot of bread, a lot of potatoes, some meat, mostly pork, 95% was pork. Yes, right? Some salads, you know, regular Polish diet. So I thought working out would bring me to my results, but it wasn't. So, diet. I was introduced to the working out schedule plus eat less and work out more rhythm, right? So, I was working out more and I was eating less. Where's the sense in it? There's none, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, there's none, because if you're preparing for a competition, absolutely. It's the best way, the most effective way. But for every summertime, I was cutting calories. I was getting to probably like 1,500 calories, maybe even below, at the weight about 190 pounds or close to 200 sometimes after the winter time. And I was doing 7 workouts, up to 14 workouts a day. I was doing cardio in the morning, in the fasting state, and I was working out in the evening. So that was crazy. So what happened is, after a few years, I had pneumonia. I got into hospital, and it was pretty severe actually at this point, because the doctors didn't know what to do. My organs started to grow inside of me, and the problem was that my immune system was killed. I was eating only broccoli with rice and chicken breast, and it's not a good diet to follow. And I was eating only those foods, and I got to the point where I couldn't look at normal food because I thought it was going to make me fat. During the winter time, I was trying to gain weight again, build muscle, not gain weight, build muscle. So I was eating 5,000 calories with 20 grams of fats only. That's crazy to imagine, like 200 calories, not even 180 calories coming from fat, and 4,800 20 calories from carbohydrates and protein. It's huge portion of lean meat. 0 minerals, no vitamins. Of course I was supplementing, but that's not what it's supposed to be. So then I ran into, after I left hospital, it was right before Christmas. I think I left hospital on like December 23rd. And I started pretty much new life. I said I need a change, and I entered a new gym. And I met my friend Nashir. And he was probably 42 at the time. And his body, his physique was phenomenal. And I was always every day asking myself, I didn't want to ask him directly, but I was watching him, he was working out, he was lifting so much, he was doing dips with like 140 pounds, I don't remember, like 3 or 4 plates around his waist. And he was doing dips with that, he was doing pull-ups with weights around his waist. It's like, come on. He was doing squats with 4 or 5 plates on the side. He was also into mixed martial arts. And you know, one day he asked me, actually he approached me and he asked me, hey Matthew, what does your diet look like? And I told him, I'm trying to find the best way. I'm reading books, watching movies about it, seminars. I'm paying so much money for all the courses out there. Nothing is helping me. He said, you know what I do? How my lifestyle looked like? I was like, yeah, tell me please. Share. He said, I eat fat. Like, what do you mean you eat fat? I eat only fat. Moderate protein, but 80% to 90% of my diet is fat. Like, are you kidding me? I don't believe you that. So he took me to the grocery store next door. Next door, I think it was Aldi in Germany, Aldi Süd. And we did grocery shopping, and he bought like 40 eggs, fatty meats, like 80% fat meat. And I was like, are you kidding me? You're gonna eat this? This is gonna make you fat. He said, no, my friend. Watch me and just follow the diet. And I was like, it's not for me. It's like, I couldn't believe it. It's like crazy. You eat fat, you get fat. That's natural state, right? And then all of our friends at the gym start taking transformation pictures. So they would stand in the mirror every week, same posture, same time. They were taking pictures. And I remember one of our friends, he's a very short guy, but very nice, big heart, but he wasn't that tall. And he was one of the first ones. And after 12 weeks, he started seeing his abs already. And in addition to that, he was able to do squats more than I was doing at the time. He was putting like 2.5 plates, which is plates, I'm talking about the 40-pound plate. 2 of those on each side, and doing repetition sets with it, and lifting heavier and heavier. I was amazed. And like I said, he was weighing probably like 120 pounds, and he was lifting double that or even more. And I said, no, that's impossible. But he said, yeah, man, I'm following Nashir's diet or lifestyle. So I said, I need to try it. So I tried, and enlightenment happened. Kind of like, I call it enlightenment because that's a state where you wake up and your body is like, oh my God, I have so many ideas. I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm so energetic, I'm energized, I have power. I want to do so many things. I want to work out. I want to go and run. I'm going to go for a run. I want to learn. I want to read books. I want to work. And this is like amazing, because when I remember back when I was eating every 2 hours, it was crazy, because if I wasn't eating my carbs every 2 hours, I was almost dying. I remember one time I was working as a mover for many years in Germany, and I was carrying that couch with my colleagues, and I blacked out. Like, it was dark in front of my eyes, and I ran to the store next door, and I bought a lot of sweets because I wanted to spike my blood glucose level. And it took me 1 hour. And I was hurt. I got hurt that time. I couldn't. My back. I killed almost my back with that couch. And I remember, like, I was waiting for 1 hour to that sugar to kick in, because I was shaking. I had cold sweat, and it was crazy, incredible. So right now, when I enter the state of ketosis, with the help of my friend, I got this enlightenment, like relief. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even feel hungry. Why is that? What's happening with my body? But then again, I was told by many coaches and different people. I left to the United States, and here everyone was following the regular bodybuilding diet, and they said you can't stay in a state of ketosis. So I was making cheat meals every Sunday because they told me to get out of the state because it's not healthy for you. So I was putting all the junk food into my body every Sunday, and after that 6 days of really hardcore diet again to get into my results for the summertime. So I lost weight, I look in the mirror, and my abs wasn't too good, but I was so thin, I lost all my muscle. I'm like, that's not gonna work. So then I did more research, and I probably bought another 5 courses, and then I asked myself, what should I do now, Matthew? It's time. And my hormones were still not in balance. I was still getting sick a lot. And I asked myself, okay, Matthew, you're gonna try that. Stay in a state of ketosis and see what's gonna happen. So I got into the state of ketosis. Back then I didn't know how to avoid the keto flu. The first 1 or 2 weeks were horrible, but I did it. And I got my enlightenment again, and I started feeling good again. And then I started implementing intermittent fasting as well. So I wasn't eating for 16 to 24 hours, up to 48 hours without food. And the enlightenment got even bigger and bigger and better and better. And I was like, oh my God, I need to teach other people now to do it. Nashir back in Germany is still doing that. So I said, I need to do the same in the United States, in California. People don't understand it, that they can actually achieve that state just by switching and changing the nutrition, the consumption. So I started doing that, and right now my wife is cooking the best keto cheesecake that you can imagine. My mom is even on keto diet. She lost a lot of fat around her waist because that's the first step. You're gonna get rid of the bad fat around your waist, and it just amazed me every time I encounter a new client that is having so much changes, so much positive impact on their lives because your mental clarity is improved, your cognitive function is improved, and so much more. You're protecting your neurons or your brain, you're protecting your brain. The ketones are giving you energy and protecting your brain at the same time. That's why a lot of people talk about neuroprotective diet, which is keto, a state of ketosis that will protect you from Alzheimer's diseases and more. So I just want to share my story with you. Hopefully it wasn't too long and you like it. So I'm looking forward to hearing your stories. And at this point I want to mention that I'm running a free webinar where you can learn more about the state of ketosis. I'm giving away a free bonus at the end of it. And if you want to change your life and see how ketosis can give you that enlightenment that I was given, then you can get into my website, myketowise.com, and look through the page, see if this is the right fit for you. There's a lot of bonuses there. You can get into the course, you can join me in my private group, we can exchange thoughts, exchange ideas, improve our state of ketosis, get better, exchange recipes, cook, maybe even meet one day. So I'm super excited, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you guys.